Yes, people. What is going on? Let me just give you a little bit more boost up on the level. What is going down? We're live right now. Welcome back to another stream. Today, this is just a little showcase of a remix that I've been working on. It's just a little solo project that I just started working on myself this week, and it's like really sounding good. So I thought I'd come live and give you all a little bit of a preview, just to what this tune is, and just sort of what you think of it. Really, it's not something that I've done for a while. Do you know what I mean? What can I say? Yeah. What can I say? Absolutely buzzed about this one. So, how did this remix come about? Well, this remix is a remix of a oldish Darren Styles tune. It's not the oldest Darren Styles tune on earth. I think it was sort of in his later cycle. So obviously Darren Styles had Force and Styles in the 90s, and then sort of through the mid 2000s he went on and did sort of like Breeze and Styles, and did solo sort of like solo tunes himself, where he did things like Save Me and Come Running. And he brought out an album called Skydiving. There was a song on there called Skydiving, but he did another song called Say I Love You, and the vocal in it is a vocal that caught my attention. It catches you. There's something about it. There's something about the vocal that I like, and something that sort of draws me to it. And I hadn't heard it for a while, and all of a sudden the other day at work it popped into my head. And the breakdown in the original tune is just really good, and it really catches your emotion and hits you and feels you in a rave. And I've heard it on some like HTID sets before, some of the sort of like later ones. And I listened to it and I thought, I wonder if I got a clean vocal, I wonder if I could actually give this tune a little bit of a remix. I'd like to do it. So I started browsing about, and lo and behold, I got quite a decent vocal for the tune. And I thought, do you know what? It would be quite cool to do a little donk version of this and kind of give it like a little bit of an update, because it's one of them Darren Styles tunes that is not really sort of like, you think of Darren Styles and, you think of things like Save Me. And this tune was one of them. It was a good tune, but it wasn't at the forefront of some of his other tunes, and it wasn't as big as some of his other tunes. But nevertheless, I really like this one. So without further ado, I'll give you a little bit of a play of the song. and that's just your normal everyday sort of intro that you would have in outro, sorry, that you'd have on the track. So you'd obviously be mixing the next tune in. So I really like the tune. What I've done with it, I've kind of, it's a donk, but it does kind of still give you that little bit of a chilled out mode. So I could sort of picture this tune would sort of get played either like towards the end of a set or maybe like midway through a set. You know, and it'd just give you that, like, everyone sort of raved around and danced to some of the big bounce bangers, and then this comes in and it just takes them back, and you know, they can obviously sing along to it, and the piano itself, just this bit here in itself, which actually I didn't write it, I actually did sample it out of the original tune, as it was just, I really liked the sound of it, and I thought, you know, it's not going to be a good tune if you can't replicate the sound and without having loads of different plugins. And to be fair, I probably could have guessed the notes and been like close or pretty close, but I just thought, you know what, you know, we can sample the original piano here because there's a little bit of a gap at the beginning of the tune, and the vocal itself was actually ripped out of the track as well, because in the breakdown it was sung like so clear without really any sort of like sounds in the tune itself. So if I just take you here, you'll sort of hear it on its own. So if I just go here. Say I love you when I feel the rain's coming on, and it saves me. So it's got a little bit of an echo to it, but because you're putting the original piano back over it as well, it's almost kind of like registering it as the original tune. So it's almost like you go on a vocal remover site, and then because, you know, you're taking the vocal out to have it on its own, but then it's like you're putting it back in on the project, so it kind of like gets rid of that, like, say I love you when I feel the rain's coming on, and it saves me. So when the piano's playing, it gets rid of quite a lot of echo, but the vocal itself, I don't know why it draws me in. There's something about it that draws me in. The intro itself, I'm not totally sure yet if it's something that I'm going to keep. I literally had it different and then I just changed it as a little experiment. But I'm not certain if I'm just going to go back to what it originally was, or if I'm going to like keep it as this new one, because I'm just not sure if it works too well. And then just sort of after, so obviously it builds up and it drops, and then the vocal comes back in as well. And then it goes into this little bit of a break where it's like just a donk on its own with a kick, and then these little like almost like dubsteppy sort of you know, sort of like synth sounds come in, these, and I just think that they sound quite good. You know, and a lot of tunes that have come out on Bound 7, they have similar little drops to this. And I just thought, why, let's have a little go at adding a couple in myself, and just seeing how it goes, really. One thing I do like is something that you do hear in some tracks, and I've never done it yet on one of mine until this one. And you'll have half of a 16 bar, so you'll have 8 bars, and then it'll like drop into like a breakdown. But this one drops into an instant build back up. So you've got that little section with all these sort of like synthy fill sounds, which is just here. Finishes. So it comes back in, kick, donk, piano, you know, chorus is coming straight in, and then after 8 bars, and then it instantly sort of builds you straight back up while the chorus is finishing, and then just goes back into the back into this again. And then we have that final 16 bars of the chorus coming back in, which, believe it or not, this is like really the only words that are actually in the tune itself. So if I even extend this look, it's just, again, this is just a repeat. So they don't really sing anything else in the tune. Francis Hill doesn't sing anything else. But it's an absolutely it just sounds really good. It sounds really good, and I actually quite like it. I just think it's one of them nice little chilled out tunes that you could just drop, like I say, sort of in the middle of a bounce set, and it just gives people that. Oh, remember this, and that just have a little bit of a sing along. They've been sort of partying hard to some sort of like heavier drops and some banging donk tunes, and then this one just comes in as that sort of like nice little chilled out bounce tune, that just takes you on a journey with this amazing vocal from Francis Hill, who also did sing Come Running, which myself and the Layman, we did a hardcore version of it that went into a D&B drop, and if you've not checked that out, get yourself onto Layman Productions and check it out. It definitely could do with an update now, as we know a lot more now than we did back then. But it's still a tune, and it still went off in the clubs, even though there was a little bit of an out of key bass, and a couple of I think it was just a whole bass pattern just didn't really match the tune itself. I did go on to do a bounce version of Come Running. I just never got it completely finished, and it wasn't something that I was like itching to get out. It was just did it for a bit of fun. Went into a little bit of a sort of like Russian bounce, Russian donk drop, but I just never like fully finished it and made it sound, like complete. It was just something I was doing for a bit of fun. Whereas this one, I'm very, I don't. It's not totally finished. It definitely needs a bit of improvement, but I'm happy with it, and I definitely do want to get this one finished up and get it done as a little bit of a solo project. And like I say, I was just in work, and the vocal, for whatever reason, came into my head, and I just thought, do you know what? I'll have a go at remixing this, and it was actually on Wednesday itself. And then as soon as I got in from work on Wednesday, that was it. I was straight onto the PC, got the vocals, and started playing around with it, and started building the track from there. In the original tune, it goes into a little bit of a melody from this piano. Now, I couldn't really replicate the melody. I couldn't get it to sound right. It didn't sound too good. So I just decided to keep the piano. I thought, let's give it that sort of, dancing, sort of chilled out vibe, where people are just going to be like, oh, yeah, I remember this song. And they'll just have a little bit of, oh, I ain't heard that in a while. It'll just be one of them, like, drop comes in, you reach up high for the lasers, and like, who remembers this one? The MC would say. And it just gives you that little bit of a chilled out vibe, and you just think, yeah, I like this. This is, rather than going like mental to some sick twisted drops. So, I thought, yeah, let's stick with that sort of like piano vibe, and let's keep the piano throughout, like. And just give it that little, yeah, just that real nice feel. Do you know what I mean? So it's good. Like I say, I'm just not totally sure on the intro yet. If that's something I'm going to keep, something I'm going to stick with. I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to see. But all in all, I do need to, as a matter of fact, I do need to shift this vocal up. I actually had it on the wrong level, and same with this one here. I put it on the wrong track. That's better. I could, in all fair, yeah, that means if I shift this up, so we go like that, and I think yeah, that's it, and then everything, dubstep sounds are on this channel here. I've still got to name all of these as well, so like, I won't show you like how I do it. I've just actually made that like really small. Is there any way I can like... Ah, that's better. Oh, I think I've gone a little too... I think I've gone a little big now, have I not? Oh, jeez. Now we've gone like mega massive. Wow. What is happening? Alright. We're going back down in size now. Size. Let's do it. Oh, now it won't let me go any further. You having a giraffe? Oh, wow. Now I think we've just gone a little... Can I... Whoa, that makes it ever so big. Wow, what is... Wow. Is this even a thing? Oh, wow. I didn't even know you could do this, to be fair. That's something about FL that I've actually let... That's actually just made it bigger, I think. Oh, dear. Ah, there we go. I think we're somewhat back to normal now. What I was going to say is I will need to rename this. Oh, wow. Do you know what? It's not good, is it? Oh, dear. All I wanted to do on a level was rename it, and then it kind of like just made everything. Oh dear. I think we're somewhat back to normal now. I've actually forgotten. In all fairness, like how you rename it. To be honest, I'm guessing maybe. Um, don't know if we go to where is the vocal? There's the vocal. Um, there must be a way to do it without like. There must be a way, because these have all been. I remember naming all these, but I've just forgotten how you do it. It's gone like completely out my head. Rename. Maybe, maybe not. There we go. Yeah, so you highlight over the name. I get it. Like there, look. So, so if I, so rename, and then I just go P. So I'll just go piano. That's the piano. That's the vocal. Rise. That's a rise up. That's a rise up effect. And then fill sound effects like that. I think that is literally everything. I did have a. I'll show you it actually, because I still have it. I still have it plugged in. I still have it like. Let me go somewhere like to the end of the track. So if I take you somewhere near the end of the track, where we're not gonna hear anything. So if I just go, I need to put it on the pluck channel. So if I just go here, I did write this. And then I actually wrote this as well. So if I can just go ahead and find it quickly. It was called Pluck 2. Here it is. And I put it above like this. So if I just... And then essentially, it went like... So it went like that. But it just, to be fair, the transition from the piano to that just didn't really work. The melody itself worked quite well with the vocal, but it just, to me, it didn't fit the track in itself. So I just decided not to go with it essentially, because I just thought it's don't sound too good. This is still a little big, I think, but it'll do. I don't actually mind it, to be honest. But anyway, that is the track itself. I'm gonna shoot from this live now, because I've got to get ready to go and rave again. I was at Uprising last night, by the way. absolutely amazing night. It was off the scale. Inspirational. Thank you, David. Yeah, Uprising was off the scale. The place was rammed. It was Halloween. It was fancy dress. My fancy dress was just. I think it got picked up as one of the best fancy dress costumes there. People was absolutely. They didn't even know it was. That was the funny thing. Which was just a really good thing. There was people dancing around me for ages, and there was people like, who is that under that mask? And I'm just keeping quiet. I'm not saying anything at this point. And then in the end, I like reveal my mask, and they're like, "Oh my god, fucking hell, it's Noble! Oh shit, it's Noble! No way, as if." And it blew them away. There was people like, who is that guy? Who is that guy? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? So it's it was a really good vibe. It was enjoyable. Like I said, the tunes were belting. Each DJ smashed it. Both rooms were banging. So that was good. And like I say, just an absolutely great atmosphere. So I'm at Twisted Wonderland tonight with the Layman. We got Andy Whitby performing live, doing his thing. And then there's loads of other great DJs, Samba D, Ashton, Dan Wynn. Do you know what I mean? So, gonna be buzzing. So make sure to like, comment, share. Peace out, people.